Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Dr. Michael Kane. Today, we will look at another hidden side of female behavior. You've probably been there. She smiles at you, tilts her head just a little, plays with her hair, maybe brushes your arm as she laughs. And for a second, you think this is it. You feel that spark. You start reading into every signal. And then, just when you think something might happen, nothing. She walks away, leaves your message on read, or suddenly starts talking about another guy. Frustrating? Absolutely. But here's the thing most men don't realize. Flirting isn't always about attraction. According to multiple studies, including research from YouGov, over 60% of women admit they sometimes flirt not because they're interested, but to test a man's confidence. That's right. She's not necessarily choosing you. She's reading you. See, for a woman, flirting can be like tapping on glass to see if it's solid. It's not an invitation. It's a test. She's asking silently, how will he handle my attention? Will he lose control? Will he try too hard? Because here's a psychological truth. Women often equate emotional composure with strength. If your entire mood shifts the moment she gives you attention, she doesn't see confidence. She sees dependency. I've seen this dynamic in couples therapy countless times. A woman flirts with her coworker, not because she wants him, but because she's watching her partner's reaction. Does he stay grounded, or does he spiral into jealousy? It's an unconscious way of measuring emotional security. Now, this doesn't mean flirting is manipulative or cruel. Most of the time, it's not even deliberate. It's instinct. A woman's brain evolved to evaluate social cues, to detect confidence, status, and calmness, long before words are spoken. Flirtation, in that sense, is just data collection. And I know what you might be thinking. So what am I supposed to do? Ignore her? Not exactly. The trick isn't to suppress your interest. It's to stay balanced. When a woman flirts with you, she's observing how comfortable you are with uncertainty. If you can stay relaxed, smile, engage, but not chase, you send a subtle signal of emotional stability. Think of it like a poker game. The moment you show your hand too soon, the game's over. And here's the paradox. The less you need her validation, the more attractive you become. Women aren't drawn to indifference. They're drawn to men who are centered. Let me tell you something I've noticed over years of therapy sessions and research interviews. When women say, he just has this presence, what they really mean is, he's not emotionally swayed by me. He listens, he smiles, he makes eye contact, but he doesn't crumble under pressure. That's what flirting is testing, your emotional regulation. Can you hold space for tension without trying to fix it? Because the truth is, women already know whether they're physically attracted to you within seconds. What comes next is psychological filtering. Flirting is her way of asking, can I trust this man with my emotions? Is he confident enough to handle my energy without losing himself? So next time you catch a woman giving you those subtle signals, the long glance, the playful tone, the pause before she looks away, pause too. Smile. Breathe. Don't overthink it. The real game isn't about getting her number or making her laugh. It's about showing through your calm that you don't need to prove anything. Confidence isn't loud, it's quiet, steady, unbothered, and that's what makes it magnetic. Because when she flirts, she's not just playing a game. She's watching how you play yours. You know what most men get wrong about flirting? They think it's about words, compliments, charm, clever lines. But women don't listen to what you say. They read how you exist. When she flirts, she's decoding your presence. Let me explain. A woman's brain is wired to pick up microsignals. Tiny shifts in tone, eye contact, posture. You could say the right thing, but if your shoulders tighten or your eyes dart away, she notices instantly. She doesn't analyze it consciously. She feels it. It's like emotional sonar. She sends a ping, a small tease, a compliment, a challenge, and waits to hear how you echo back. If you overreact, if you try too hard, if you start chasing, she hears insecurity. If you freeze up or get defensive, she hears fear. But if you stay calm, grounded, amused, that's when she hears confidence. Confidence isn't a performance. It's a nervous system state. It's your ability to stay relaxed when attention hits you. Think about it. Most men crumble under the weight of feminine attention. They start talking faster, laughing louder, trying to fill every silence. But silence, that's where your power is. When she flirts, she's not trying to start a romance. She's testing emotional safety. Your energy tells her, can I be playful around this man without him losing his balance? And that's the secret. Women aren't testing you to judge you. They're testing you to feel safe with you, because emotional stability feels like protection. I once had a client, a young guy, good-looking, charming, but every time a woman flirted with him, he turned into a comedian. He thought he was being funny, but what women felt was chaos, like he couldn't stay in control of himself. And eventually they'd lose interest. When he learned to pause, to hold her gaze and smile without trying to impress, everything changed. He stopped reacting, and women started relaxing around him. It's almost poetic. The less effort you make, the stronger the connection becomes. Now, don't confuse calm with coldness. Flirting works best when you're present. Look at her. Listen. Let your words breathe. That subtle smile. That's confidence speaking without saying a word. Here's what most men don't realize. Women aren't looking for dominance. They're looking for composure. Someone who can handle intensity without turning it into tension. That's why the quiet man often wins. Not because he's mysterious, but because he's emotionally regulated. And that's what women are reading in a flirt. Not your jokes, not your muscles, not your money, but your center. They want to know if your emotional world is a storm or a harbor. You might think, that sounds complicated, but it's really not. It's about presence. Next time a woman flirts, don't rush. Let the silence do some of the talking. Smile, breathe. Let her feel that you're not trying to get anything. You're just being. That's when flirting turns into something deeper. Not a game, but a connection built on calm curiosity. Because when she flirts, she's not asking for validation. She's asking one silent question. Can I trust you with my energy? And if your answer, in body, tone, and gaze, is calm and steady, you've already passed the test. Let's be honest. When a woman flirts with you, something inside lights up. Your chest feels warmer, your attention sharpens, and for a second, you forget what you were saying. That's natural. It means your brain just got a hit of dopamine, the chemical of possibility. But here's the trap. Most men mistake possibility for permission. She smiles, you think it's an invitation. She laughs, you think it's a signal to move in. And before you know it, you've switched from being yourself to performing. The moment you start performing, you lose the test. See, when women flirt, they're not handing out tickets to intimacy. They're gathering information. They want to know, who are you when you feel desired? Do you stay grounded? Do you become playful without losing yourself? Or do you become someone else? A man desperate to impress? Let me tell you something. Desire doesn't disappear when you stay calm. It deepens. If she teases you, tease back lightly. If she compliments you, don't rush to return it. Smile and let it land. If she pauses, don't fill the silence. Let the moment breathe. Because the most attractive reaction isn't excitement, it's composure. Think of confidence like a quiet rhythm. It doesn't spike, it doesn't rush. It moves steadily like a heartbeat. A woman senses when a man can hold that rhythm, when he doesn't need her attention to validate his worth. That's what makes her curious. That's what keeps her engaged. One of my favorite things to say to clients is, when a woman flirts with you, treat it like sunlight. Enjoy it, but don't chase it. Because if you start chasing, you move into her frame, and she stops seeing you as the grounded presence she was testing for. But when you stay still, when your energy says, I'm good either way, now you've shifted the dynamic. She's no longer testing your confidence. She's drawn to it. And here's the beauty of it. You don't need to fake it. True confidence isn't about acting uninterested. It's about trusting your own value. When you're at peace with yourself, her flirtation becomes something playful, not confusing. You stop asking, what does she mean? Instead, you just enjoy the dance without losing your footing. So the next time a woman flirts, remember this. You don't have to win the moment. You just have to hold it. You don't need to prove your worth. You need to rest in it. When you can do that, something shifts. The energy between you stops being a test, it becomes connection. Real, calm, electric connection. And if you ever doubt yourself, remember this. Flirtation is never about control. It's about curiosity. And the man who can meet curiosity with presence, that's the man she doesn't forget. Don't try to control a woman. Learn to understand her. Subscribe if you want to see what most men never notice.